get straight into it, and then I'll explain everything as we go into it. So, 3, 2, 1, go. So I've come and attended ASM since 2019, and I've been alternating between Metal Gear and this game. And I thought, 10th anniversary, let's make it a little bit more difficult. So let's do it with just the knife. We are going to be fighting, I'm going to call them 7 bosses. If you've ever played the game before, you know there's not 7 bosses, but since we're doing it with the knife, there might as well be bosses. It's difficult enough. At the very start here, we're just going to go through like usual, and when we get to the cafe, it's just that first bird alone requires a ridiculous, almost frame-perfect input just to be able to stab him.
Hey, wait! Stop!
But yeah, we are Harry. Pretty much the plot of the game is that is our daughter Cheryl. We are not Sharon from the movie, it is Cheryl. We are going to be trying to find her, and that's the whole objective. Let's find our daughter. And it's going to take us down a rabbit hole of hopefully about an hour and 10 minutes, unless I make plenty of mistakes, it might be an hour and 20, until we get to the end. Now, with the knife-only run, it can be possible on normal and hard difficulties, but the school boss later on, you have to stab the inside of its mouth to be able to deal like ridiculous amount of damage. So you can kind of kill it by stabbing the outside, but it takes like 40 minutes on normal and hard mode. So realistically, you can only really do this on easy mode. Now I'm hoping I won't die in this run, but it's very likely that I can. So I've set up a few safety saves just in case anything goes wrong.
What is this? What's going on here?
And pretty much you just want to take as much damage here as you can just to get... Where are they going? Ah, cool. Just to get you to the next section. You might have noticed as well, every time that I've attended here, I've kind of worn a crazy button shirt. This year in particular, I have dressed exactly like Harry from the game. Jumper, jacket and all. You can't see it, I'm also wearing the boots and the jeans too. So, immediately I'm gonna... Oh, I'll stand up in a second, I'll show you.
Sorry, I was told this would be a knife-only speedrun.
Yeah. We're going to empty our bullets out just to make sure I don't use the gun.
Oh, I see. Okay. Keep it classy.
Beautiful. Alright, so this is going to require just an annoying amount of inputs here just to get this to work.
Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
Alright, we got it.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
So I worked 9 hours today, and all day I was stressing about that one bird. Going to cause me about 10-15 minutes worth of struggle, and I'm so glad we've been able to get that first go. Alright, so as mentioned, 7 bosses in my opinion. That is the first one. Feel free to, every time I say that that's a boss, feel free to go crazy if you'd like, because it's going to be quite annoying at times.
Could we call that first one a birdie?
Yeah, we can. We sure can. So now the usual objective is you kind of go back to the alleyway that you would have at the very start there, and eventually it will tell you, there's a little note that goes, oh, head to the school, and when you go and head to the school, all the roads are blocked. Hopefully you find a house, and then it tells you go and find some keys, but yeah, I've been through Silent Hill before, and I know where the keys are, so we're just going to skip all that. So that's the first key there. We've got another one up on the right here on the police car's boot. The starting has a lot of running through streets. If you have any announcements or anything like that, feel free.
Absolutely. We have a $20 donation from Koodles. Good luck, Icy. I wish I was there with you as always. I know you've got this in the bag. I love you, with some lovely little hearts. Side note, donations are at the funny number.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for that.
In the meantime, until we need some focus, I might as well take this opportunity to remind everybody that we do have some prizes available. So anyone who makes a sufficient donation over the course of the marathon is going to go in the running for prizes. We have Steam game bundles for anyone who donates at least $20, and we have higher tier bundles for anyone who donates at least $50. One of those is a Nintendo Switch 2, generously provided by a member of our community. Brand new. All yours if you draw it. The other ones are provided by Gigabyte, our major sponsor for the ASM 2025 event. So that will be one of two 32-inch Gigabyte MO32U monitors. They are, very, very nice. You should keep that in mind when you donate. You can also make sure when you donate, you can put that donation towards an incentive. Now, we're quite far into the marathon. There aren't that many left, but everything left is a bid war, and every one of these is pretty hotly contested. So we do have The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. We have open bid wars both to name Link and to name Epona. Currently, for Link, Trans Rights, or at least the closest approximation you can get within the character limit, is winning on $520. Flavio is second on $445.70. We also have Celeste at $42, Not FX at $33.33, and Abatukam at $3.88. Meanwhile, for Epona, Worcester is in the lead at $295. Second place, we have Haunts at $155. Chumby. Horsey is coming third at $60. Hose at $45. And Agro at $25. We've got some Shadow of the Colossus fans, I see. Following that, we do have a bid war for Pizza Tower, whether to kill or spare Snotty on floor 4. That one's not quite as hot as the other ones. It's still anyone's game. Kill is currently in the lead on $35, with Spare coming in at $20. We also have a bid war for the choice of team in the 2014 FIFA World Cup game. So, at the moment, Australia is in the lead on $185. Second place, we have Brazil at $141. Argentina is following up at $120, and then Germany at $110. So really, these are all pretty close. I should point out that that's actually the year that we had, that was the Brazil World Cup. So if you want the funny thing, you really should vote Germany. That's the 7-1 result. That's I can't fault anyone going for Australia, though. Come on. And last but not least, our final incentive for the marathon is the Grinch, choosing the language. At the moment, English is leading on $275. I believe Bamford, our previous runner, made an excellent case for Italian. It is coming second on $140, so it's very doable. French, German, and Spanish are also options.
Some wonderful donation incentives there. We've just gone through the doghouse, and if you've ever played before, if you've tried to run this before, you can't actually grab the doghouse key until you've picked up the note that I found about 2 minutes ago. It just will not. He goes and looks at the doghouse, and I think he says something like, "Oh, strange. It's a doghouse, although I don't see any dogs inside." And there's 2 dogs right next to him, killing him. So now we're on our way to the school. It's just up on our right here. It's first major dungeon, I guess, if you will. It's not really a dungeon, but it looks like one halfway through it.
But does it have a boss in it?
Oh, it sure does. It has the next stressful part of Knife Only in this game. So if you've never played before, the boss at the end of the school, there's a little book to my left here. Tells you about this lizard. I think it's a lizard. About a arrow piercing through the open jaw or its gaping mouth, and that's like the clue to tell you to shoot the boss when its mouth is open, which is amazing with a gun. With the knife, you have to get inside, stab the mouth, and if it closes its mouth, you die instantly. So it's going to be about a 5-minute gauntlet of me stressing out about making sure I got the right input, similar to the bird. But once we get through the school, it gets a little bit easier. I am also picking up more health than necessary, and that's mainly because there's another boss a little bit later that's kind of just like a damage race. Oh, okay, that's fair. I kind of stab it like 3 or 4 times, then it'll hit me, so as long as I got enough just to cover that, I should be fine. You'll probably also notice sometimes I'll turn my flashlight off. It stops the enemies from being able to see where Harry is. If I don't do it at a correct enough time, they kind of remember where Harry is and kind of lunge anyway. It's helpful through in the school, helpful through in some of the street sections, just because later on when we go into the Hell School, it's kind of packed with like 3 enemies in a hallway, and it's quite annoying to get through them. I'll try and keep it on as much as I can, because you can't see anything with it off. But it will just add that little bit of a added challenge to it. So everyone's favourite piano puzzle. Well, it's one of my favourites actually, but we're going to fly through it. Cool. I was supposed to turn off my light before the door, so I'm going to get grabbed here. Oh no, they're going to stand on the right. That's fine. That's good. I like that. You'll also notice sometimes if you run, I believe it's like 7 steps, and then run into a door, Harry will just slam his face against it. Hilarious, but it does lose like half a second each time. That's fair. Alright, the first half of the school is almost done. I just got to turn the power on and then we can head over to the other world.
Would you have time for some donations?
Yeah, feel free.
Brilliant. We have $75 from, strategically, I'm just not going to say it, but a duo. Ladies, he is single and scared to mingle. And we have another $75 from Plugatron. We love you, Iceman.
Oh, love it. Thank you so much, both of yous. Plugatron, I don't know who the first duo, I think I can guess, maybe? Might be someone from work, but Plugatron's, I caught him, he's an Adelaide resident of ours as well, and I caught him playing this game for the first time about like a month or 2 ago, and I love watching people play it for the first time. It's a great experience, and I think he's been pretty hyped to watch this live, so thank you for tuning in. So now we're in the other world of the school. I'm just going to grab some health in here. And it's a lot more tricky to navigate, a little bit more labyrinthy, but shouldn't give us too much troubles, hopefully. Be kind of like a door opening simulator for a bit. Yes, there are cards. Grab the yellow one, please. So one of the very few perks of actually doing this game knife only is I don't have to waste 30 seconds grabbing the shotgun in the next room. I can just run by it. So a slight time save, be good.
I must say, I'm very impressed at all the navigation you're doing here. There's, no maps, those are for babies.
It definitely took a while to master, especially the hospital. I think that's where I had the most troubles trying to map it all out. Oops, turn around, I need the ball. But it's a lot of fun. If you've played it a couple of times, try going through it without the map. You'll find it extra scary not knowing where you are. Especially the last area, which it doesn't actually provide you with a map, and I think that adds to the horror aspect of it.
We have another $75 from A Cheap Lemon. I see you've played Knifey Spoony before.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. Probably the only jump scare in the entire game, I think. So I just need to head to the roof. The pink ball that I grabbed, there's a drain up on the roof that we can plug with the ball, and then we can go and grab the key to advance the plot. That's... No, get away!
Does seem a bit of a contrast. You know, you've got the very grim atmosphere, and then almost this point-and-click adventure logic behind that puzzle there.
Yeah.
We do have another donation as well, $55 from Bamford, $50 for Bad RNG, and $5 for Text Swear Jar. Put this to Fettuccine, aka Italian Grinch. Thank you very much, Bamford, and thank you again for your run.
Yeah, that was quite a treat to watch. I've never actually seen that game before. I caught the last hour of it, and it was very interesting. Unlucky with all the bad RNG and the casual attempts that you had to go through when the glitches didn't work, but that was a great run. I enjoyed it. Alright, cool. So, the key's gone down the drain. We're going to go grab that, and then we are almost at the school bus. Hopefully this guy doesn't grab me. Oh, cool, he's gone left. Oh, I fell off the stairs. Cool, love it. Nice. Don't grab. Ah, that's fair. Kind of like ran straight. Where am I going? Yeah. No. No, the right way. I just got myself all turned around there. I gotta go through these double doors and head to the east side. Cool. I'll grab that one. Why not? I'm hoping to have about 8 or 9 health drinks by the time I get to a moth fight halfway through the game. Should be enough to cover everything I need. Also just going to quickly dip into this room and grab the ampule as well, just for the sake of it being a marathon. Something is always going to go wrong. Alright, we're up to another lovely oh, there we are. Lovely puzzle. You can only ever be 3 steps away from solving this, but it can just confuse people for like 30, 40 minutes, and I love it. It's such a simple puzzle, but it's amazing. Alright. So, I've got to deal some damage to the boss initially, and then eventually the music's going to pick up a bit, and then that's when I'll be able to stab the back of his throat, pretty much. It's going to be a little stressful, so hopefully I can get it first go. That's... okay. Hit him, please. What are you doing? Oh, I think I'm on caution. Nah, worse. Alright, so now we're in phase 2. The worst bit of it. You can do chip damage by hitting the side. It's not going to do amazing damage, but you might as well. Alright, just get away from the middle so I don't walk into it. Oh, that's not good. Oh! Aim at him. Harry, Harry, no! Oh, I missed completely, that's fine. Nice, we did it. Well, a couple of close calls there. That was a little... I didn't like that.
You could say you were almost a Harry sandwich.
Ooh.
Wait, that's the wrong game. We do have $20 from Smug Joshy. Great to see Silent Hill on here. The remake was amazing. Here's a little something to fight cancer.
Wonderful. And I do agree. The remake was a lot of fun to go through. I'm excited. They've announced the remake of this too. So I'm on edge for that. Alright, so that was boss number 2. Hopefully the rest of the game is going to be a lot easier than that. I've only got one more boss that's kind of, I'd call it like pixel perfect maneuver, but not as tricky. So yeah, Harry wakes up. We're back in the normal Silent Hill, and he's hearing a church bell, so we're just going to head straight to the church. Oh, wrong way. I have that set of stairs just there. You can fall off, and Harry has this like 3, maybe 5 second animation of him actually falling. I've done that more times than I can count. It's quite embarrassing. No, oh, you muppet. This looks very tasty. Let's leave it here. Good idea, Harry. Why are there 2 chasing me? Okay, that's fine. Oh, 3. Oh, you know, why not? Sure. You don't usually have any more than 1 going down that alleyway, so that's pretty unique. So the church is just up on the right here, and we get to, I'm going to skip it unfortunately, we get to meet Dahlia, the almost crazy lady of Silent Hill. Were you ringing that bell? So we grab a triangle, a key, and 1 more health drink. So in a normal run, you don't have to grab as much health as this. You can kind of get through it all with just like 2 health drinks. And the boss is also, like later on, the reason why I got all the health for it, it is possible to do it without taking as much damage, but it's a lot slower. So pretty much the cutscene that I skipped there, Dahlia is just telling Harry that, you know, this is the town's been engulfed by like darkness, and you know he needs to make haste to the hospital, as she puts it. And so off we are, hastily going to the hospital.
Alright, well, while you're on the way there, I might just do a reminder for everybody, just who we are and what we do. So, we are AusSpeedruns. We are a group of enthusiasts who speedrun video games to raise money for charity. This is our 10th anniversary event. It's pretty wild to think about it, honestly. And for ASM 2025, we are raising money for Game On Cancer. So they're a charity that fund early career cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can please go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. I might point out also that right now, our donation total is a palindrome, $37,773. While I'd always hate to break up anything pretty, I'd still love to see that number go up. We've got more palindromes in line, surely. I'm sure it can happen. So please put your donations in. There are incentives. It'd be great to see some of those ones move a little way.
It's quite funny that it's sitting at 37,000, given my history with the number 37 with every game that I've ever speedrun. Always cursing me. I think even my first time running Silent Hill, I got a 37-minute PB on a certain category. The number, or being cursed with me, all started when I did Resident Evil 2, the 1998 version, knife only. And I was up to the final boss, and he takes about, like, I think it's 39 or 38 knife swings to be able to kill the final boss. And I was counting them live with everyone else that was watching, and I got to 37, and then all of a sudden my knife just stopped working. I was stabbing the boss, and no damage was being dealt, and I just sat there counting 37 over and over, and ever since then, it's just always cursed me.
All right, well, in that case, I think everyone knows what to do. We can get that out of the 37. Come on, nudge that up, people.
So now we're in the hospital. I'm just going to grab this bottle. You know, standard, like, Harry's still looking for his daughter, and he thinks, a plastic bottle, why not? I could use that. And now we're going to go and scoop this red goo off the floor with this Ribena-looking juice. It's going to help us with a boss later on. Oops, wrong door. So we're going to turn the power on, use the elevator, and hopefully explore the rest of the hospital. So we'll try floor 2. It is locked. I guess we're going to go to floor 3, it's all that's left. It is also locked. And now, a magical fourth floor appears. So Harry, I'm pretty sure Harry doesn't actually know what he's looking for in the hospital. He's just kind of wandering about aimlessly, picking things up. Until eventually he'll find a bedside, like hospital bed with a picture next to it. And then that's when he'll grab an examination key, and then we'll bump into Lisa. But our main objective, he doesn't know it yet, but our main objective is finding 4 coloured blocks, a lighter, disinfecting alcohol, and a basement storeroom key. Wrong way. So that's block number 1. Small jump scare. And much like the run just watched before, the little plate things that we're picking up are Alice in Wonderland inspired. So you've got plate of the cat, plate of the hatter. What's that? That's the cat one. I think there's a queen, and then there's something else I can't remember.
Maybe a caterpillar.
We'll see one of those later, definitely. So I'm just going to grab some health from the vending machine. Makes sense being in a hospital, you just medication from a vending machine.
Saves on doctors.
That's it.
We have had a $75 donation from Ben. Good on you, lads.
Thank you, Ben. Wrong way. So this is plate of the queens. That's 3 of them so far. We've just got 1 more to go. And that's the wrong way. So the second floor you can only access from the stairwell, because if you were to go through it for the elevator, the main door is locked. So the pathing of the hospital is to go to floor 3, then 1, then 2. Oops. Grab the lighter. Not get grabbed. Nice. And then the last plate is behind some tentacles.
Not fans of Ribena, I see.
Not at all. He's not getting his hands on my plastic bottle of Ribena, that's mine. So now there's a nice little puzzle here that kind of tells you a little bit of a story, and then if you follow the colours of the items that it describes, it's like a blue sky, and so you put the blue piece where it says it should go. You get a nice little puzzle here. Whoops, wrong button. Now in the room coming up, there's going to be a nurse in my way, so I'm going to hopefully bait her into the corner and run around her. Or not. That's fine. No, get out of the way, get out of the way! Oh, that's fine. 2 hits is fine. I would, like, stab her back, but it would be a waste of health and a waste of time. They just have this boatload of... Get off of me. That's not ideal. That's not good. We're going to take the long way. Nah. They didn't know what hit him. Alright, cool. So now I have everything to get out of the hospital. Guess while we're running through the empty corridors of the basement, a little bit of background. I first started running games in 2013 when I took inspiration from watching a French person called MG Slade run Metal Gear Solid once. And from there I kind of thought, like, well, I love that game. I like being impatient too. And so I thought I could speedrun that. And it took me a bit to get the hang of it, and I'd probably say about a year is when I started feeling pretty confident in doing it on an extreme difficulty, and I'd say from there I just was like, oh, well, I like Silent Hill, I like Resident Evil, I like all these, and it's kind of just been a nice little fun challenge to be able to replay the games that I enjoy with a different aspect. And then 2019 was the first time that I came and attended an ASM run. I did Metal Gear Solid. And I remember it vividly because my PlayStation decided it wasn't going to work, so I quickly jerry-rigged up the game on a PlayStation 3, not realizing that HDCP is also going to be a factor, and some complete stranger saved the run completely, like the last minute. He lent me his little converter that got rid of it and allowed us to record.
Can definitely feel you on the HDCP front. That is still taking scalps to this day.
It's lethal. I'm glad that they kind of made a workaround later on with PlayStation 4 onwards, but yeah, it's a nightmare.
We've had a $25 donation from an anonymous donor saying keep the palindrome a little bit longer. I think it would have put it at 37873, but unfortunately you didn't get your wish because we've had a $50 donation from the front row. Knife to see you.
Don't hold back your puns. Let them all out. Alright, so that is... we kind of will get back to the hospital, but that is the main bulk of the hospital down there. Much like falling down the stairs as well, I have a habit, well, I did have a habit, hopefully I've punished myself enough to never do it again. I had a habit of forgetting this little key here, and I would run all the way over to the antique store only for the door to be locked. So I'm just going to heal up quickly because we got our third boss coming up. It's not going to be like any other boss so far. It's going to be quite interesting.
I thought the bird was pretty interesting.
That caused me a lot of stress. I think I'm going to get grey hair quite soon because of that. I could explain the bird now, actually, that I've gone through it. So the whole reason why it's so tricky, the cafe bird, is he hovers too high for the knife to actually hit him. But if you're facing away from him, he tends to become a magpie and swoop you. And if you can time the buttons right to do a quick turn and then start stabbing, if you get it just right, just as he's about to hit you, you can get him stuck in a bit of a stun lock. But the idea of doing that quick turn, you'll get the hang of it eventually, but it is ridiculously annoying to do. Because if you miss, then that's kind of it. You're pretty much dead. You got to restart. So here's the antique store. We've got a little cutscene, a little like ritual, and then we'll have our third boss. And again, I'm going to call it a boss. It is pretty of a light word to use, because when you see what I actually do, it's it's not much of a boss. Alright, so Harry's going to wake back up in the antique store, and it's going to be on the other world now. So this is going to require me to stand on a very specific spot while walking. Or he can not grab me at all, that's fine. We'll restart. Hello? There we go. That is the third boss done. Because we can pass through this door and skip him. So what would usually happen is you'd head out to the left and go to the town centre, and you'd find a like a caterpillar almost. Now the problem with that is the knife, his hitbox is too low, so the knife doesn't actually hit him at all. So luckily already there was a glitch to clip through that door there, which you've just seen, and it skips the boss entirely. So now what we're going to do is enter the hospital, trigger a cutscene, and then we'll be at the fourth boss.
That dog looked happy to see you.
He was excited. I think he smelt the Ribena I'm carrying. Harry! Alright, cool. So now we're going to cross over to the roof that we just came from, and that caterpillar that we just fought is now going to turn into a moth. And this is the section where I've been collecting health for, because you can dodge his attacks, although annoying, but it is faster to just kind of trade hits with him pretty much. Alright. It's not overly difficult, this one. It's kind of just me holding one button and mashing another and keeping track of the controller vibrating to tell me when I'm on danger, or... it's not too bad. Don't know why it was vibrating then. If you could hit him, Harry, that'd be amazing. We're trying to do it quickly, buddy. There we are, now we're getting some damage into him. Oh, I'm about to get hit here, but that's fine. No dramas. Perfect time. Ooh. So it shouldn't be too far away. I reckon maybe like 10, 15 more stabs. Hopefully he'll die. If I can hit him, that'd be great. As you can see, the knife is completely useless. There we are, 4th boss done.
Warm off. We have $50 from the front row again. Knife moves. So we're just using this because of budget cuts?
Pretty much, yeah. So, you're going to laugh when you see this, but I reckon arguably the hardest boss knife only is across this bridge here after a cutscene. Like the school boss, yeah, you can do it pretty much damageless. It might be a bit tricky. This thing coming up, I won't have any problems with it, but it's a tough one. On a normal run, you don't even acknowledge, you wouldn't even know it's there, but with the knife, it is an extra challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5th boss, a padlock.
Are you using the knife for that one too?
We sure are.
Look at those moves.
Woo! 5th boss completed, the padlock. So the cutscenes I've just been skipping pretty much told Harry that he needs to get to the lighthouse, and the only way there is using the sewers, which we've now just entered. Thankfully the game is nice enough that when you cross the bridge it'll just teleport you straight to the sewers pretty much. I am just going to take 1 health drink because I have a habit of running into these little sewer creatures and them just ganking me pretty much. Okay, that wasn't too bad, that one. We're going to pass by him 3 more times. So if it's your first time ever playing this, the sewers is quite of an interesting spot. You don't get the map until halfway, and it's also the only, it's the only area where the radio that alerts you to enemies doesn't work because you are underground. It makes it just that little bit extra terrifying if it is your first playthrough, because you won't be able to tell when enemies are coming up to you. They'll just grab you, pretty much. Hopefully this guy's out of my way. He can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Get out of the way! Move! Ah, that's fine. You can have that. Tell your friends. And you'll also notice that as Harry is progressing through the town, everything's just getting more and more demonic. Eventually we won't even see regular Silent Hill anymore. It will just be in the other world for eternity. But yeah, the sewers are like a terrible labyrinth to go through, and you can get lost quite easily if you don't know where you're going.
I've got to say, the atmosphere really is quite something. It's amazing how much the game does with how little.
It is, and like, I love, yeah, like it was a PlayStation kind of limitation, but that fog, or in this case the darkness, really just adds to it, and I feel like the game just wouldn't be the same without it. But, you know, you wouldn't have a horror game without a sewer section, so it's quite classic. The noise is suspenseful. Harry's going to dip his hand in the bloody water. And we can get out of here. They seem threatening, but you can kind of just run away.
Fair enough. Wait, do those doors keep out on both sides?
I think so, yeah. You're not allowed to just use the door in general.
I guess so. Everyone is sort of very siloed.
Harry doesn't follow the rules. He's a different man. Alright, so that's the first sewer done. We will come back to a different one later. We're now in the resort area. A completely optional section with just like little puzzles and riddles to kind of uncover the good ending of the game. But we're going to, you know, it's a speedrun. We're going to skip it completely. But yeah, should you choose to explore it, you'll find that there's like a receipt with a number on it. You'll find Kaufman getting attacked by something and you'll save him. Harry shoots the enemy, so I'd be interested to walk in there with a knife with no ammo. I don't know if they'd patch that or not, but you know, we can contact them, maybe get them to fix it.
Maybe he throws the knife.
Ooh. Real like anime style throwing. So we're just going to cross the bridge, and this will be the last time you'll see the normal Silent Hill. We'll be in the other world for the rest of the game. But yeah, as you go through, you save Kaufman, you kind of explore his house, or his motel, against his will, and eventually find a Glophodus inside of his motorcycle, which leads him to remember that it's there and gives you the good ending. Now this place, on easy, it's not too bad. It spawns like maybe 2 to 3 enemies at a time. On hard mode, it really tanks to the PlayStation because you get 5 enemies at you at a time while it's raining, while all the buildings are trying to render here. So we're almost at the lighthouse. We've just got to go down here into the boathouse, chat with Dahlia. Don't touch me. Nice. And we'll meet up with Sybil again. Realised we haven't even seen Sybil because we've been skipping it, but you know, she's the friendly cop from Bram's, just the town over. And this is where we split up. She goes to the amusement park and we go to the lighthouse.
Sybil.
That was Sybil, everyone.
Bye, Sybil.
I was really hoping that Harry would walk in there and be the light-hearted fellow that he is, just walk in and say, "Can't we be civil about things?" Alright, so we've got a bit of a gauntlet to go through here. Very interesting that he hit me there. That's fine, I'll let you have that. It's an absolute nightmare on hard mode. They just throw rompers, dogs, and birds all at you while you're trying to navigate these thin hallways. And we're at the lighthouse. You got this wonderful camera angle in the lighthouse. A lot of the camera angles in this game actually are really nice, but this one here in particular just stands out. The only problem is, when you're running, Harry's turning circle isn't sharp enough, so I've got to slow down every so often. Cool. We've done everything that we need to do at the lighthouse. Let's leave.
Very efficient, Harry.
He's just checking out the sights, he is. He's here for leisure now.
Well, you said it was a resort.
Yeah. He's making the most of it while he's here. Now, thankfully, the game is nice. It's going to teleport us straight back to the boathouse here, so we don't have to go through that mess. If you play on normal or hard mode, there's a dog on that set of stairs there, and it attacks you every single time. Thankfully, he's not here on easy mode. Cool. So yeah, now he's visited the lighthouse as meant. No, you didn't. The guy thought he was the protagonist there. He's seen the lighthouse, and yeah, as mentioned, he's in the resort area. He's going to make the most of it. He's going to go check out the amusement park now. Although the amusement park having the 6th boss out of 7 for this run, we're not going to see a lot of it because we've got ourselves another fun little glitch. So now we're in our last sewer section here. It's not too long. It's just a... it's like a U-turn pretty much. I am playing this on the American version. I don't actually know if there's a time difference between that, the Japanese and the PAL, but I can tell you that on the American version, the enemies in the school you might not recognize. If you've played the PAL version, they with our versions they replaced them with the mumblers, which you'll see here. Those things. On the American version, this is the only place that they spawn, as they are replaced with grey children with knives in the earlier sections. Alright. So we're going to go up to this little ghost thing. We're going to give it the Ribena, and that's going to be the 6th boss stun. Usually you would chuck it on Sybil, but for some reason the game allows you to put it on the little ghost thing. Comes with a funny cutscene. I won't skip it because it is pretty silly.
Wait, I thought we said it was knife only.
Knife and Ribena only. I think we can get away with that.
We're breaking new category boundaries here. That's a free world record.
Sybil. Wake up. Snap out of it.
I don't think she needs to snap out of it.
Harry, what happened?
Shh. Don't talk. I'll take care of you.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah. Surprised Harry could even talk there. But yeah, in usually you'd go up, you'd go to the merry-go-round, and that's where you'd find Sybil. What's it called? She's like infected with a parasite. So I'm kind of a little worried. I think the game might have crashed. That was too good of a performance. Yeah, I can't even reset. That's alright. I do have a save set up like just after here. I didn't mean to set it, but I do have one. Yeah, the game has crashed, unfortunately. That was unfortunate. That was a really good run. That would have been a PB as well for knife only for me.
Oh, well. Good you prepared at least.
Now we get to enjoy the luxurious sounds of the PlayStation 1 booting up.
It really is unmatched.
What is the time? Yeah, that would have been a PB. Shame. They saw us using Ribena, so they said, "No, not happening." So after that cutscene, you get transported right to this section here. So all we missed with that crash is a PB and a cutscene. After defeating Sybil, that was just then, we're now taken to the last area of the game called Nowhere. I set this save up about 3 hours ago too. I'm surprised I actually did it, because I don't usually save there. So Nowhere is like an amalgamation of all the areas you've been through. So here's like the school, for example. You'll notice that the corridors are kind of like the hospital, but nothing makes sense, and there are like doors that will just kind of transport you to different floors as well.
I can see why you said it doesn't have a map.
I believe there's a room over here. I'll show when we go to it, but oh, nice try. You go through it, there's a wall to your right, but then when you come back out the door, there's please, Harry, please. There's a door where that wall should have been in the next room over, and it's just nothing makes sense here. It's a nice little filler before the final boss. It's just a whole bunch of small puzzles and riddles. This is one of my favorite puzzles to watch people do for the first time, because it's a simple puzzle about just counting the limbs of the picture, but everyone tends to overcomplicate it and spend hours trying to solve what it is, when realistically it's just like, oh, it's got 4 legs. So grab the big stone that just fell on your feet, Harry. Don't look at the rest. And this one here, there's a list, and when you put them in age, their initials, or just their first name, spells out alert, which is what we just put in there. We're pretty much on the hunt for 5 key items. This is one of them here. And this cutscene is going to have some nice, sad music, because we figure out that Lisa is a part of the other world, really. And she gets taken over by the parasite, or whatever it is that is kind of taking over her. The nurses have parasites on them, but for her it's kind of just falling into the world of Silent Hill. Very aggressive. So now we can head up to the 3rd floor. And this puzzle up here requires you to grab a camera and use the flash from it to reveal the puzzle. I was quite ashamed, because earlier when I was practicing I actually forgot the answer to this puzzle. So we can head to the second floor. We just need to head into one room in here. There's going to be a nurse in my way, and again, hopefully I'm just going to be able to push her, but there are times where she can just turn around and absolutely destroy Harry. Come on, keep going. Keep going, that's it. Move! Thank you.
Smooth moves.
In a normal run, you kind of just run up and blast her with a shotgun, but we'd be there for hours trying to kill her with a knife. I swear they have more health than the bosses do when it comes to the knife. Oh, she loved me so much she gave me a hug. Nice. So this door here will teleport us down to the first floor. Naturally. Only 7 more rooms to go in, and then we've got the 7th and final boss. Make sure you put the ring on this, because if you don't and you're just doing a run, you just get insta-killed by some tentacles that come out of the bottom.
Wow, just in the fridge.
Just in the fridge, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a gourmet restaurant, I'm pretty sure, in Silent Hill.
Hmm. I guess they just, you know, you put a ring on it, so...
Yeah. And so, Harry wasn't after tentacle cuisine, so he's going to have some jelly beans instead. But he's a klutz.
Oh, Harry. We told you, knife only.
He thought he could cut them all open.
Need to work on that fine motor control.
Alright, so now there's a key that's, for some reason, some genius is tied together with the main electrical line, so we're going to turn the power off to grab it. If it's your first time, you'll be like, oh, cool. And you go to access the elevator and, you know, you're a monkey. You've just turned the power off. You can't use the elevator. And then that's where that door comes in handy to teleport up a floor.
I knew there had to be a reason.
Alright, there are 2 more rooms, a cutscene, and then we are finished. If we are ahead, because I gave myself a generous estimation just in case that bird was going to give me troubles. So if we've got, you know, 5 minutes spare at the end, I can show you something a little bit silly at the very start of the game, if need be.
We're well ahead. I think you can go ahead.
Oh, awesome. Alright, let's grab the little frisbee off the counter here. It's not really a counter, but oh well. We'll pop the 5 items in the store. Let me just check one thing, so make sure the actual save is set up right. Alright, awesome. So this will be the final boss, and then I'll call time just as the cutscene starts playing. Now you'll notice right away, I'll show you, you can't actually approach the boss. There's a force field, and you're thinking, well, how are you supposed to stab it with the knife? Good question. Now you remember back at the start of the run, I emptied my handgun ammo in the cafe, and it turns out that if you enter this boss fight with no ammo in any of your weapons, you kill the boss.
Oh, they really thought of everything.
The true knife-only experience. watching it just perish. That's time. So unfortunate that the game crashed, because that was probably looking to be like a 34, maybe 35-minute in-game time run, which pretty impressive considering that when I run the game normally, my best is like 32 minutes. So I'm a little upset about that, but I've had fun either way, and it's been great being here.
This can't be happening. Cheryl?
Given the spare bit of time, we'll get through the credits, see the score, and then I'll show you something funny at the start of the game. So my score here is going to be completely different to what we actually did due to the loaded save. I think I did like a 43-minute run earlier, which might be what this one is. Oh, that's Sybil, by the way. We didn't get a chance to see her.
Harry. Go.
A woman of many words.
Still just full of Ribena.
In absolute shock that the game actually crashed herself. So yeah, that is the bad plus version or ending of the game. Which these the score here. Yeah, 42 minutes from my loaded save. No. I didn't want to load there, I wanted new game. So while I'm setting this up, it's about 2 minutes in. I just want to say that it's been amazing to be here again. An incredible, feat from everyone here. We've absolutely smashed the last year's donation goal, and we keep going. We've still got tomorrow as well. So I think everyone here has been involved, from the tech, the volunteers, the runners, and the viewers as well. Everyone getting around this is incredible. I love partaking in this every year. So thank you for having me this time as well.
I can say it's been an absolute pleasure. Always great to see this run.
So there's a little funny thing at the start. Obviously, the whole premise of the game,
Where are you going?
as aforementioned, is you're just trying to find your daughter.
Wait, stop.
So you'd think the quicker that you find your daughter, we're going to run away from her, by the way. The quicker that you find your daughter, the faster the speedrun would be. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep opening the menu maybe 10, 15 times, and we're going to buffer through that, which it chose not to do. That's fine. Game, please be nice. There's a little wall there, and if you walk too far, it runs you back on its own. So if we keep opening the menu, we can skip through it. 5 more times, I reckon. Should be past it. 3, 4, 5. Cool. So Harry thought, if I chase her down the alleyway, that's where my daughter is. But no, he's been wrong this whole time. If he did that little bit of manipulation through that trigger there, he would notice just here on Bachman Street, his daughter was here the whole time. He didn't have to go through that hour gauntlet of Silent Hill. He could have just run this way and found his daughter standing in the middle of the road. That is Silent Hill. We've got our daughter. We're done.
You didn't even need a knife.
But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. This has been great. Enjoy, I think, what is next? Alien, I can't remember the next
We
game.
do indeed have Aliens versus Predator. Bash and I will be running that, and it will be fantastic, I'm sure. Congrats again to Iceman. That was an excellent Silent Hill run. Really fantastic to see it turned inside out. Hearts in our mouths, especially the lizard's mouth. All right, we just need a little bit of time to get ready for our next game. We'll be there in no time flat.